let's do a get ready with me. And no, I don't have anywhere important to go. I'm actually just gonna go to the post office, but still. Well, I'm actually also gonna buy some stuff, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. Because I have super oily skin and I don't need a lot of makeup, I'm just gonna do some powder. But let's talk about why I chose Spain. Well, I actually used to live already in Spain. I used to live in Barcelona. Actually, I used to live in Cerdañola, but it was the Barcelona area and I loved it. And ever since I came back, I wanted to move back. Also, I'm adding more powder here just because I want to concentrate on these areas because I'm literally so oily. Anyways, I had been trying to come back since I got back from Barcelona. Well, not here, but since I went back to the US from Barcelona, and things just kept happening one after the other. So, for example, I got accepted to a program in 2019, and what started in 2019? The pandemic. So, of course, they were like, don't worry, we will get back to this when the pandemic is over. It never ended. So obviously it took a little longer than I expected, but I'm finally here. Now, when I came to Spain that first time, which was actually in 2015, I learned to like really love myself because I got to know myself. And I can't say that that was all Spain, but obviously through the challenge of being in a new country, not knowing anyone, having to make new friends, traveling around, solo trips with new friends, like all of that, just really, I had to push myself out of my bubble. And I really do think that made the entire difference. And I definitely feel like I'm at a point in my life where I also want to enjoy life. And that's really what Spain taught me, to live a little bit slower, like at a slower pace, and just really enjoy my day by day. So that's definitely what I came to learn, to rest. And I mean, I love the cuisine. Well, that sounds really fancy, but I love croquetas. I love tortilla de patata. I love los calamares fritos, like all of that stuff. I just love. I also recently tried in Barcelona a bomba barceloneta, which I had never tried, and it was delicious. So that's my new fave as well. I'm not a huge fan of other seafood, so that's interesting. But anyway, back to why I moved here. So I'm literally one of those workaholics, and I needed to stop because eventually, I am gonna make myself sick from all this work. And I feel like that's a US thing, which I could make that into a separate video. But we definitely have like a lot of competition, that like go-getter mentality, and that's what I needed to change. So in order to do that, obviously I had to come back to my beautiful country that I love. I'm not Spaniard, but obviously in my heart I will always be. And I applied to a program, which I could also talk about later, just in case any of you are thinking of moving here. And I get accepted, and finally the time came. Now, I obviously love Spain. I obviously also love the US, but I feel like right now Spain is really the place to be. I had really hoped that I would get the region of Barcelona, but I didn't. And that was my top choice. But I am trying to challenge myself to think that the universe always has my back and the universe always knows what's best. And honestly, now that I think about it, like obviously La Rioja has a much better way of showing me how to rest compared to upbeat Barcelona. I swear to God, because I don't have any color in my skin because I just added like just powder, like not powder with color. This is starting to look like what's it called? A black eye. But yeah, that's exactly why I chose to move to Spain. Obviously, coming to a different region brings its own challenges because I kind of have to start from scratch. I have to make friends. I have to, find a place to live, which obviously I have now, but, all that stuff when moving. Now, I definitely could have challenged myself to move to another country, like, I don't know, England, Italy, France, which is obviously more scary because I did study French in high school, but I don't remember anything. I took it for like 3 or 4 years and I still don't remember a thing. I'm definitely going to take some classes eventually here. But I just love Barcelona. Well, I mean, I do, but I just love Spain. And I just knew that I had to come back here and kind of find myself again. Not that I completely lost myself, but I will say that in the adult world, I don't want to say corporate world because I was a teacher. I don't like work corporate offices, but you know what I mean. Like in that career driven world, there's so many things that can drain you out of your energy, of your love, of your spirit. And I feel like I was getting there. Oh my God, my phone, I got to play back a little bit of that first part, and my phone was making a annoying sound. I unplugged the external battery that I had it connected to, so hopefully that fixes it. I will figure it out, I promise. But anyways, I had already felt like a point in my life where I felt like I was stuck. I needed to figure things out, and I feel like Spain was definitely the way to do it. But guess what? The universe was like, honey, not in Barcelona. So here I am rising to this new challenge. Okay, I still heard that sound, so I put the battery far away from my light. But anyways, another reason of why Spain is that when I visited back in 2019, right before the pandemic, actually the pandemic technically started in 2020. Anyways, when I came to visit, I realized that there was such like a family oriented vibe type of thing, and that's also kind of what I wanted to learn. I had never really wanted kids. I was like, yeah, kids are just not for me. I don't really want them. I also wasn't sure if I wanted to get married and all that stuff. And then something happened, and I'm like, I think I do want kids now. So I obviously wanted to work through all my trauma so that I wouldn't pass that on to my kids, because somebody has to break this generational trauma. And that's going to be me, or at least as much as I can, right? And part of that is also getting to know yourself, getting to know like why you want to be a mom, preparing like mentally, preparing yourself to be a wife as well, because you want to be a good partner. And all of that takes a lot of work. And I feel like if I would have stayed in the US, it would not have been viable for me to just stop working or work less. So definitely Spain is going to give me that opportunity to lay back a little bit, not be involved with as many responsibilities, I guess, because I was involved in so many things. And it really is just the time for that, to sit back, reflect, still do a little bit of work, grow professionally still, but mostly learn about myself. Now, when you think about it, oh snap, I took out too much lip gloss. When you think about it, hold on. I love to have like super defined cupid's bow. When you think about it, after you get married and have kids, it's way more challenging. Not that it's impossible, but it's way more challenging to move your entire family to a new country and start new. Economically, you're going to have to save up a lot more. And then all of the logistics, taking your kids away from grandparents and all that. And I was like, maybe instead of having kids soon, I should first kind of like do what I wanted to do, which was obviously travel some more, and then have the kids. Obviously, if I wouldn't have been able to do it before I had kids, I feel like I would have been frustrated about it because it was a dream I had for forever. Or I would have forced my kids to travel everywhere with me, which I will probably eventually do when I become a mom, because this love for traveling doesn't go away. So yeah. Anyways, those are some of the reasons right now that I can think of, or at least what's up at the top of my mind. There's other basic stuff too. Like, for example, I wanted to explore more of my creativity, and I feel like Spain also can help me do that because it's a whole different culture compared to, the American or the Mexican one. And also, I wanted to learn to cook Spanish food. So that's also my opportunity right here. Have I enrolled in any classes? Not yet, but I promise y'all I will.